Think in 127. So it's Sunday morning and we are here living our bed. Yes, everyone is happy for today. Yes, we should be happy, right? Can I hear something noise? Good morning, everyone. So, good host, while the rest of the world is sleeping, we are here to sharpen our skills. Why? Because of our upcoming contest. As the Zig Ziglar once said, it's your attitude, not your aptitude, that defines your attitude. So today we are here not just to learn, but to ensure fairness, transparency, and the true spirit of Toastmasters contest. Because remember, everybody has seen recently match happen, yeah. And do you think if there is no umpire, how will the match? There will be no results, right? So we all are here because we are going to be the umpire for our contest. And with that, let's give a big round of applause for all of us to be here in Sunday morning. Good morning, this is 127. So the mission of the district is to ensure we develop the clubs and we help them to become excellent. So let me start with the basic. Being a Toastmasters, we don't talk about taboo topics, which is sex, politics, and religion. And I'm sure everyone has their phone with us. Yes, can I see everyone's phone? Can you make it on silent? Do it once. I will also do mine. Oh, it's not silent. Check everyone. Whether the phone is on silent. I'm sure somebody's phone will ring in between, and I don't want my speakers to get disturbed. Yes, everyone phones on silent. Okay, so let's do one small game. Okay, when I say integrity, raise your hands. When I say confidence, this person sitting next to you, give some pose to the person, okay? Give something. And when I say excellence, clap twice and say yes. Are you ready? Okay. Confidence. Sentiment. Excellence. Yes. Now with that, this morning is just not a training, it's commitment to credibility. We are about to learn from two stalwarts who define leadership and contest mastery. Let's give a round of applause for them to be here and to train us. Give a round of applause also for our chief judges. Now, without wasting much time, let me introduce our PPD, Usman DPM Shakil Anwar Chaudhary. He's a humanitarian. Let me introduce first. Applause. Okay. He's a humanitarian, ventures entrepreneur, and investor who took voluntary retirement after achieving financial freedom. That is what I am seriously jealous of. Okay. Passionate about giving back to society. He now devotes his life to the work, especially in health and education for underprivileged communities. These initiatives include establishing health centers, schools, and what all we know because we keep on hearing a lot. Without wasting much of time, I would like to give a round of applause from Sorry, sorry. Go online. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's really exciting to see the house is packed for this judges and chief judge training. I really appreciate all of you for taking your time and coming together to attend this really important judges training. So, an investment in knowledge is the best interest. This is a very well-known quote that I resonate a lot because when I was a kid, almost 10 years old, I was thrown out of the school because of the financial circumstances. I could not continue my education. And I think this is one of the reasons that in my life I've decided, made my mission that I always make sure that people who are not able to financially support their education, I will do that. And really exciting to see that there are 6 universities around the world, especially in South Asia and Africa, that I was able to put up with the help of United Nations and OIC to to provide this education for those who really wanted to excel in their education. Now, in Toastmasters, I'm really passionate about this educational program that it has pathways. Through this program, I've seen in 10 years of my journey in Toastmasters that many people transformed from a person that they were while starting their journey in Toastmaster to later on, maybe 6 months, some to 2 years, someone like me took 10 years to be able to just merely speak on the stage. But it really does wonders for anyone who would want to come on the stage. But Toastmasters does not stop there. It also has a leadership part to it, and really exciting leadership part in a way that you get volunteers to volunteer their time for the community, to serve the community. One of the best educational program, in my opinion, around the world. Now, with that message, I'd like to announce 2 changes. One is there is a slight change in agenda. Distinguished Toastmaster Nelson had an emergency and he had to fly to India. So today he is not going to take up as the chief guest trainer. In place of him, we have requested our distinguished Toastmaster DTM Sujit to help us with the training. And also we have judges trainer, distinguished Toastmaster Delhi. So I will come to that in a while, but first thing first, most important part, I would like to acknowledge a really important person in the house. So a couple of them, of course, starting from area directors, directors, all of the club president, VP education, and the club leaders, as well as district leadership chair, and our heart of trial, club growth director, distinguished Toastmaster Soumya. And last but not the least, our district director, distinguished Toastmaster Sujil. Now, please, distinguished Toastmaster Sujil and Soumya, please come on the stage so we can have a opening address for. Please give them a round of applause. Okay. Okay. Ladies first. Good morning, everyone. I think it's really heartwarming and delightful to see all of you waking up Sunday morning and making it to the judges training. That is, for me, in the true spirit of servant leadership. I think everybody in this room is very curious to know how to mark the judges ballot or the chief judge ballot, and your commitment really shows. So please cheer for yourself. And kudos also to our PQD and his ever working team tirelessly putting this. There is a lot which goes behind the scene. So at times we don't see, we don't know what is the work behind. So they also equally deserve that applaud. Thank you so much. Do your best, give your best if you are coming here so far Sunday morning. So I think take the best out of this 2-3 hours. So with this, thank to you. Good morning, everyone. Guys in the house? Yeah. Okay. Set out. When we set out in 2023. This is for the online session for the our
2023, when we reformed into a new district, that time onwards, we had a thought in our mind that District 127 should create a world champion, and it still stays. For that, we need to have the best candidate moving forward. Best candidate. For that, we need to have a seamless contest. And the seamless contest beyond that, we need to have the best judges in place. So today, definitely you will understand what are those nitty-gritties about having good judging. So please today, take all those points and ensure that when it comes to the club contest, area contest, division contest, and the district contest, we have the best of the best judging. So sit back, relax, enjoy. This is learning. So as we always say, keep learning, keep inspiring, keep speaking. Today is a day when you, at the end of the session, you will be definitely a better judge. Back to you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sujit. So now I'd like to invite the trainer, judges trainer. By profession, he's an engineer. He's been in Toastmaster for 13 years. He was the past Division G director. Currently, is the district leadership leader committee chair, DLC chair, and he's the author of two books. Most recently, he launched his published his book day before yesterday in Sharjah Book Fair. The name of the book is Rise Empty, Lead Full. Really exciting. So please put your hands together in that distinguished Toastmaster Denise.
Everyone still judging. Shall I sheet for another 5 minutes? This is all what happened. And what you did, you look up, look sharp, and you are here to learn, refresh how to judge others officially. So my judges what they do. So today, what we do? Let us explain what judges have to do in Toastmasters contest, and generally what are the general obligations as a judge, what we have to, and how to acquire the balance. This is all we are doing. We can see a lot of stalwarts in the house who know, who have done multiple judging or part of a contest. But however, we all need require refreshment at times, and this is that time. So before that, judges means what judges means. What for me, I have started judging since 2016. I joined Toastmasters in 2013, and what I understood, judges will make our mind stay objective. Judging will make our heart stay fair, and judging will make our character stand tall at any moment in any pressure situation. That's why all leaders are good judges at some point in time of good ideas, of possibilities of people. So with that note, let's start and move to the procedures. The first one. So as a judge, we have an obligation to. The first obligation is for us to the contestants. The contestants prepared themselves, maybe they have started years before. There are speakers who started 5 years before. There are speakers who started just 1 month before. So we have obligation to all the contestants in all the categories that we are obliged to them. Toastmasters International. So there are set of criteria and rules which are already set out, and as a judge, we have to abide them. Whether the contest happening in Advanced Toastmasters Club in Miami or a Toastmasters Club in Almada, the rule is same. It's same for across. There is no rules can be added by an area or district or a club, and the rule stands, and we are all obliged to that set of rules which are there. And third one to the audience. Audience are there. And you have seen at times, oh my God, joy should have win. And that's not happened. And there are multiple angles for each and every individual, but everyone in the house believes that one person has to win and the result goes in the other way, then there is something happened wrong. So we all have that obligation to the audience. And most importantly, which is my favorite, themselves. You are, you have obliged to yourself the duty what you are going to do. Because you are the person, you are bound to the Toastmasters integrity that will help you to make more confident once you go back after the judging. Can you move? Yes. So let's go to the eligibility. So in the club, you should be in good standing, and in area and division contest, you must be a level 1 and level 2 completed, or in old classic program, you should be completed 6 projects. So this is the basic requirement, and you should be physically present in the contest. And you should be attending the similar training what you are attending today, and it will be recorded and will be shared by the district. And only judge, please note this, tiebreaker judge or chief judge at any level in any district for the same contest type in which they are competing are ineligible to compete. So make sure this, even the persons judging in one area, but he's a contestant in another area, not supposed to judge in any of the contest. Hope that's clear, right? Okay, so let's go to the next slide. So there is a misconcept, the judging is evaluation. So judging is you here or you are in the contest to pick the winner. You are here to pick the winner. Whereas in evaluation, you are doing appraising the contestant. You are in the same level of the participant, the speaker, and you are giving advice and feedback. And this is purely your advice on how to improve that speaker. But when you are a judge, your purpose to pick the winner. You are not here to give them feedback. You go to the and then set out the mark, track the marks, and finally, eventually, bring one winner or 1, 2, 3 in that order, and that is your role. You are not here to give the feedback to the person. And I have seen people at the end of the contest, the contestants will go to a person and ask, okay, what I could do better so that I can reach to Mary's position. Mary won the contest. And people will ask me that question. And I have seen judges, certain guys are giving the feedback to that contestant. It's absolutely no. So kindly abstain from this because that person doesn't know whether you are judging or not. Any judges are anonymous, right? That person is trying. But however, in any manner, you shouldn't be giving any feedback to any contestant after the contest. You are not there for that as a judge. and this is completely confidential, and that word is purely important, that whatever result what you have given is final and confidential. Only you and your chief judge does know. Nowhere else, even not your family member or any of your friends. Now, there are few qualities what we need to do. The first one, accurate. You should be accurate. You should be going through the guideline. You should be tracking and you should be marking, and you should be very accurate. You should be good at maths as well. So this is exactly you have to do. The number one quality of a judge. Two, of course, you should be fair. You should be unbiased in any given moment and trustworthy, because the contest organizer believed in you. You become the best, the contestant for that club, for that area, for the division, for the district. And you should be a trustworthy. You need to be justice for what the contest organizer has brought to you, that context. And knowledgeable. You should be what are the rules, what are the guidelines set out in the speech contest rule book. And you should be thorough with everything in that, whatever is written in that particular year contest chair, sorry, the contest rule book. And of course, as you do in evaluation, good, you should be a good listener. Maybe you are attending a contest, you can see a lot of badminton is going on outside, and you should be sticking to the speaker, because that speaker spent a lot of efforts to come on that stage, and you need to look into and stay glued that speech on that particular window. So these are the qualities. Now, there are barriers to objectivity. So let's go, go to each and every. Well, the first one, first or last speaker is best. I have seen certain judges on the discussion, they are saying they start marking the first speaker, and all of the speakers, first speaker becomes the benchmark. The first speaker, okay, whether the second speaker is better than that, or whether the speech value is more, whether the connection is more, the voice modulation is more. This is not the way. So this is a myth. You shouldn't be judging or based on a benchmark. You, once you go through the balancing, you will come to that position. You want to individual speaker individually. You have to cover up what you have marked for speaker, you have to cover up for second speaker, then you individually rank. The second one, let help the underdog. Pamela has to win. No, sir, I decide. I'm judging here whether Pamela should win. You don't bring that mindset to this context. You are here to do the unbiased judging based on the ballot, and you proceed in that way. The next one, the halo effect. Halo effect. Mr. Johnson is here. He should be the last year. And definitely, I don't want to listen to the speech. Definitely, he'll be winner. So I'm marking 75 out of 100, and he'll be winner at the end. So there is no such champion speaker will be winning in each and every context. That particular 5 to 7 minute window, not that particular individual, irrespective of his background, is this is how we have to do the ballot. The halo effect. Perfect. Okay, is contesting for last 5 years. Same, same. I know he will not win. Okay, this guy is there for long, and that mentality, you don't understand that candidate's performance, that participant's performance. This also was there. Second time round, there are certain speakers who have been consistently winning second place or third place, second place or third place in every contest. And I was in my mind, okay, this person goes for second. Whatever we do on that stage, no matter, he's second. He's already maybe might have wrote the result at the first, second. And give someone else a chance. This contestant, Toastmaster Bravo, is contesting for the last 10 years. And he won 7 times, and 2 times he was second. And we don't want to give him a chance. Okay, is there? I don't score. He will be fourth, fifth, or sixth. I don't want to consider. So we have to shatter all those nuances and not the norm. See, earlier masters, the speech contest where the speaker is standing on the lectern, they doesn't move. They are restricted movements. And over the period, you can see everything changed. Now the speaker is the entire speaking scenario is choreographed. You might have seen they fell down on the stage, coming boxing gloves. So you might be arranged with that no, the new norm. Maybe you are attending large important speech. The speaker is coming and dancing on stage, and this speaker also should dance. And there is no norm set, only going to the speech contest guidelines. There is no such norms ever available. That is not part of our judging criteria. And I hope these are all the thing. And finally, the personal preferences. Irrespective of the background of the speaker, maybe the speaker is do the same. So okay, he's an electrical engineer, but I'm an electrical engineer. Okay, let's do some advantage. And maybe the person is a doctor, we are also doctor. Good. So there is no such kind of personal bias or preference. Let's keep all that outside the window, and we are true to ourselves and true to the role what we are doing. Okay, so next. So there are certain documents we have to follow. The first one is the speech contest rule book. I will check the document. July 1 to July, July 1, 2025 to June 30, 2026. Every year, this book is going to get revised. And I have seen judges briefing, when chief judge is briefing the judges, okay, people are saying, okay, I know the contest, I know the rules. Sometimes district director, I don't mind. The person has to go to that particular year rule book. Because every year there is a change. If you go to the document, there are diamond mark items are there in the margin. Those are the changes happened from the previous year. So you need to go to, but for a reference for you, in the judging, I am just referring the judging, there is no change, only change in the judging eligibility. The person should be at least 6 months with the Toastmasters. There is one added on that particular element. And all the judging ballot kit. So those also you have to download. There are certain updates are happening in the marking. Earlier the content you will be getting 55 marks or 60 marks. Right now it's restricted to 50 for the international, for example. Now, certain best practices, what we all have to do, very quick. Number one, before the contest, read and understand the speech contest rules, what we already did. Then eligibility and conduct ethics form, which will be given by the contest organizer. You have to sign it and give it to your chief judge. Attend judges briefing, identify the assigned ballot counter. So attend is mandatory to attend the judges briefing, and you need to identify who is the ballot counter, the person who collects the ballot. The chief judge will inform you and make sure that you identify that person before the contest. And during the contest, give full attention to the speech, mark the ballot in accordance with the judging criteria, pay attention to the originality of the content, do not consider time taken by contestants to complete the speech. This is very important, my dear friends. Do not consider the timing. Okay, you can see the timer, the speaker gone on, so all It's already 7 minutes, 30 seconds over. I am not judging. That is not permitted. Do not look at the timer. You have to judge irrespective of the timer. Timer will do the timing and you will do it as a chief judge. If you don't do that, your 1, 2, 3 will have an effect if you don't consider. And that will impact the overall result. Now, finally, after the contest, upon completion of all contests which complete the ballot, sign and mention the name on the ballot, how we will look into it. Destroy and discard the upper portion of the ballot away from the venue. Do not discuss the ballot with anyone. So that the first part, the upper part, you have to carry with you. Don't throw in the dustbin. If you review all the dustbins in all the contests, you will get your result. So do not destroy the ballot in that particular hall. Okay. Let's quickly understand what the speech contest ballot is. So what we do today, we'll be having a mock test. Sorry, a mock speaker comes in, and we are all doing the marking on an international contest. And let's review that that marking after this. So, two things: the partner destroy the sheets. So this is the first part. So this is the first part. So wherein you are doing all the marking, and the last part, this is theory. You are only doing the last part, the judge's official ballot. You can see the line. You are not handing the mark to the judges. Please note that. Sorry, chief judge. You are only handing the last part. You are writing the first place, second place, and third place. You are putting your name and signing it and giving back to the chief judge. This is the only thing you are doing. The other is with you. So don't worry if I give okay 35 and maybe the other person might have given 45. Don't worry because you are doing the judging of your relative analysis and you are coming up with who is the winner. And you are just passing that result to the chief judge. Now, let's go to the 4 ballots. International, there are 3 sections. You can see content, delivery, and language. And how is this distribution? 50, 30, and 20. And in the content, you can see speech development, effectiveness, and speech value. And you see this tab, and this ballot is with you right now. Sorry. You can see the scores, right? 50, 25, under how the 50 is divided. And excellent, if the speech is excellent, very good, good and fair. This is up to you on where each and category and where that width, the mark bandwidth is given, and you need to mark the scores in that range. So this is a tricky situation, and for those who are doing for the first time, okay, what is excellent, what is very good, what is good and fair is relative to you. Example, very good. If I am giving a person 13 out of 14 for a very good for speech development, it will be different from Toastmaster Prasad. Because, but at the end, you do the same mechanism for all the contestants. So the entire score, my 75 will not be same the 65 or the others. So we are not matching the marks here. You are guiding on your intelligence and you are marking the scores. I believe you're getting me. So you need to, for example, let's go to each of speech development. Was there any structure? Is there any structure? Okay, you started very good, there was a good body, but at the end, there is no take home value was not there. It's not organized properly or wind up properly. You can reduce the score in that way. Or effectiveness. Was there any clear purpose? Whether the purpose was confused, the audience doesn't get what the intent of the particular speech. There are multiple things you disconnected. And speech value. This is the most important value in international contest. Look at this; it carries the highest weightage, which is 25 mark. Idea, logic, and original thought. So the entire scoring revolves around it. So please look at this, whether the thought process is new, everything is logically arranged, and how the ideas and the delivery. So there was a myth the person should come in a blue suit and in white shirt, and every speaker should come. No, there is no such no, but the speaker should be professionally or authentically dressed to the context, not contest, context. The speaker may be talking about a fisherman or the story of a fisherman. He has every right to dress in that attire. And the voice, and I don't want to go to more details on this. And I just want to touch upon appropriateness. There is a word called appropriateness, which is very subjective. People have much discussion on it. So, what is appropriate? For example, if it's a corporate club, you are the speaker is up there in the club contest, and they are referring something happening in their organization, only to that organization, and everyone enjoys and he becomes winner. When we go to area, that doesn't make any sense. So you need to see the audience, and you should be general. So you need to change that context in your speech. And when you go to international, it's universal, pure universal. So that is what exactly appropriateness means. Maybe you are speaking into a club, which is all long beard clubs. There is a club dedicated for the men who are long beards, and there is a speech which went viral, and you cannot take it to that one. Maybe you can take the speech, but it doesn't have any value. Then the appropriateness you can mark down. The judges can mark down. Okay, so let's go to only change in humorous. This is the humorous ballot. If you see, there is only that 25 mark is splitted. Speech value. One more additional item has come, which is audience response. So only one thing, there is a change in humorous. International is audience response. So what we will do, we will plan our team everywhere. The first row, second row, fourth row. So these are all contestants planned, right? So you need to observe those kind of habits, and this is a trick of all the. Sorry, you need to understand that mechanism. How is the genuine laughter or genuine engagement? I shouldn't say laughter. The genuine engagement. And that is the only change. You look at the 25 marks is splitted, and the effectiveness reduced, and the speech value and audience response carry 30 marks. The rest, everything remains the same. So let's go to evaluation. My favorite ballot. So there are 4 things: analytical quality, recommendation, technique, and summation. And you see 40, 30, 50, and 50. The highest mark goes to analytical quality. How you analyze the entire presentation of that particular contestant. This brings the value. So you need to review what kind of content the speaker, the evaluation speaker brought into the stage, how we analyze, and the specific recommendation. You can see positive, specific, and helpful. Whenever the speaker is giving the recommendation, what, why, and how should be there. What is the recommendation you are giving, and why it should be important, and how it can be demonstrated. So that definitely should be there. For example, the speaker says that, okay, your character don't have details or description. Then you can say you need to see that the speaker has a bulky eyes, long hair, whatever. So you need to explain how it can be implemented. And if it is not there, it is not specific and not helpful. And the technique, it should be sympathetic, sensitive, and motivational. You all know that. And summation, if there is no summation to the speaker, the 15 marks goes off. Even the analytical quality is good, that can change the entire result of your ballot. Next, the final one, the table topics. The content goes 55 marks, and they are remaining only 45 marks. So it is the effectiveness and speech development. How you develop the content, how you are poised, how you do the presence of mind on that particular context changes everything. That is how the marking. So you can do the marking accordingly. Next. Okay, so I'll just show you. So now we are all judges. Okay, we are all be invited by the contest organizer for a judging, and maybe some of might have selected as a tie-breaking judge. So this will be part of the chief judge training. So as a tie-break, I'll just give you one brief. If you are a tie-break judge, you have to mark. If there are 10 contestants, you need to mark all the people. One, two, three. No, okay, and you shouldn't be attending judges briefing. You shouldn't be attending judges briefing. The chief judge will be advising you. Only chief judge and you knows that you are the tie-breaking judge. Okay. And judge, people will know you are a judge in a contest, right? You are taking that pad, you are sitting with glued eyes, people know. So do not sit next to any contestant. Anyway, people are identifying you as a judge, but it is your smartness and make sure that you don't look like a judge. So there is only one request, and the strongest principle of good lies in human choices and as a judge, and that is our choice how to become an effective judge. So thank you so much. Now, what we judges balance, right? International. So kindly take international. So what we will do, we will be invite a speaker for a mock international speech, and let us do the marking. Okay. Then soon after that, in the 5 minutes window, we will discuss. So how soon after the speech we will do the marking. Okay, we will discuss how we'll be going. Then we'll do the evaluation speech of the same speech. Then you take the evaluation ballot. Then do the evaluation. Okay, these are the things we are happening before the break. Okay, so let's invite the test speaker. So Toastmaster Akmal is our timer today. So Akmal for the demo speech, 5 to 7 minutes. I request everyone. So you will be having the international ballot right now, and I will invite the mystery speaker over here. Request everyone to keep your gadgets on silent mode. So we'll be listening to a test speech, which can be reviewed under the international speech category. So observe the speaker, and one way I do, you have another supporting sheet with you, or you use the side of the sheet. So you can mark, okay, how the what is the how the opening the speaker started, and what is the value, how sorry speech value, how the speech is progressing, and what stories, how many stories, was there any personal story or character, those kind of we can just so use that guideline for all the contestants. Maybe that will be criteria. So with that, let's invite the test speaker. The test speaker today is Toastmaster Isaac. Toastmaster David Isaac. My Miss Universe moment. My Miss Universe moment, Toastmaster David Isaac. Stand up, no judge. Could you have all kind of assurance? Uh, I'm thinking about it. I know what you're wondering. What did or how did this 5 foot something, blue suit wearing, peace loving, thumbs up smiling individual judge Miss Universe? Yes, we'll never know. And you believe in my speech over here. Ladies and gentlemen, judges, contestants, welcome to my Miss Universe moment. 2023, California. Steve Harvey. I'm sure you all know who Steve Harvey is. The most dynamic, energetic, enthusiastic MC was announcing the winner of that year's contest. The winner is Colombia. Celebrated firework until you realize Miss Philippines is the actual winner. Shock, horror. Steve Harvey had to come up on stage, apologize, and he was made the laughing stock for the next 10 years. Imagine that. It's 2025 and I'm still saying a speech. I thought that can never happen to me. Why should it? I'm a professional speaker. I know how to speak and I will not make a mistake when announcing someone's name, especially for the first place. Till it happened. May 20th. National Speech Contest, Campbell's Global J Contest. I got a call from the organizer. He said, David, we've seen your speeches online. We've seen you in person. We want you to be an answer. You're dynamic, you're charismatic, you're good looking. We want you to be the host. Of course. I've been in Toastmasters for 5 years, been public speaking for nearly 10. I can do it. So get up on stage. And everyone loves it. I introduce the speakers, I introduce the judges, and everyone loves it. They're all going, yes, yes, and no. Well, then reach the finale. Speeches are wonderful. And the kids will be so proud. And I look at the sheet of paper, the judges announce the winners. I glance at it, and I say, this is an international speech contest. Yes, I Woo! Celebration. Kids are happy. The children. See, I announced second place instead of first. Everyone celebrated. Everyone was cheering. I had to be the bearer of bad news. I ran up on stage. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mistake. Alex is not the winner. The winner is Abhinav. Silence. Like you all already know. And that's when I felt my world shut. Out of the last, back row, I hear a weak. Those three claps signal the end, according to me, my journey as a confident public speaker. I messed up. Imagine a child working so hard to deliver a 5 to 7 minute speech in front of 50 people. Do your best and have that taken away from you by a supposed veteran, a seasoned MC, someone who knows what they're doing. That guilt hurt me. And I don't want to go back to the stage with that level of confidence. So there are many speeches. I remember the rest of the year with that fear. Am I going to speak? Am I going to mess up? Did I forget my lines? And I didn't want to go again. Till the one person who's been my support system for the past 25 years came to me and said, "Hey, I can help." That person was my mother. She said, "Why do you sound like you're scared? That's not you. You're confident." I said, "Mom, I messed up. I need the kids. I can't get that confidence again. I can't let people trust me." He says, "David, come here." He hugged me tight and I cried. Till 25, men are not supposed to cry. And I cried like a baby. That crying did well. Because my mother said, mistakes are what make us human. What we do with those mistakes, how we learn from them, is how we come up stronger. Speak to those kids. I spoke to Abhinav and Alex, and you know what they told me? Oh, you forgot about your own growth. You just were smiling on stage the whole time. We want to be like you. 7 months of depression, I just walked away from there. That's why I love kids. They forget stuff too quickly. We don't. But that gave me the confidence that I can make a mistake. We can make mistakes. Friends of millions. We're not let it alone. Here's the thing. You make mistakes. At least you will be happy with yourself. But in conclusion, this was my universe movement contest chair.
Thank you, Mr. David, for volunteering for that Kaspi session. Now, I request everyone to mark the ballot. So let us go to the first one, the content 50. So there are three categories: speech development, effectiveness, and speech value. So based on your understanding, you can mark, for example, how the speaker structured the entire content. What was the structure? So was there any structure? Was there any no structure? So if you ask me, okay, I can see he brought us to that scene and exactly what is going on in that scene, then explained, then how the moment started, then came up a reflection, and then a character came giving some advice, then that message, then finally concluded. Then into the organization, whether how you whenever you have a I'm not going into detail right now, so we will do that after the evaluation of the speech. So right now, I just want you to mark content 50, delivery 30, and language 20. In that category, how you mark? Kindly do the marking. Then we will review after the evaluation speech. Timer ping me 5 minutes over. So now 3 more minutes. Once you have done the marking, add to the total. Akmal, 30 more seconds. How many seconds left? Last one more minute. Now, I request everyone to take the evaluation ballot. The second ballot, the evaluation speech contest. So now we have the evaluator coming on stage. He will be doing the evaluation. Don't go back to international script again. Now we are evaluating the evaluation speech contestant right now. So you can see the analytical quality, recommendation, technique, and summation. So what I do when I was a judge, sorry, I'm a judge in evaluation contest. I will look into the how the speaker analyzed the entire speech and what are the recommendation, what and how. Sorry, what and why. If it is commendation, what and why, and if it is recommendation, what, why, and how. Then the summary. So I just mark it down. Then see, it's all about the ranking of the items what the person does. For example, if you have a good 7 evaluators and everyone is talking about that, even though the speakers that doesn't know, sorry, does not listen to each other, but you can see that when entire speech is analyzed, the evaluator is coming up with the right item or right commendation, they will be ranking it based on their intelligence and relative knowledge. So you need to see what kind of ranking the person might have done. So during the evaluation of this speaker, sorry, this first speech, so let me invite the evaluator today is none other than Toastmasters Srinidhi on stage. Toastmasters Srinidhi, the evaluation contestant.
Isaac Newton's apple gave us gravity. Master Isaac's apple gave us a speech with gravitas. Respected judges, trainer, in today's speech of Toastmaster Isaac, I noticed that there were 3 great apples and then there were 3 sour grapes. So let's take a look at those 3 great apples. First and foremost, the content that he had was circular and structured. He started with the aha Miss Universe moment, spoke about his goof up, and then the reaction to his goof up, and eventually how he came back to assimilate the learnings from that goof up. And this structured content helped us ensure that we stuck and were engaged to his speech. And then his manner was disarming. You always need to see how a contestant approaches the stage. Few seconds just before the stage, he came with a jog, jumped on the stage. There was a jump in his feet. All of this created a disarming manner in which he engaged with the audience. The voice modulation was superb. The first half of the speech, as you know, was energetic because he was trying to draw everybody in to his speech. And then, after the goof up happened, his voice became somber. So his voice was very appropriate to the sections of the speech. Now let's take a look at the three star grapes, if you will. I felt that the characterization could have been a lot more clearer. There were two clear characters in his speech. One was his mother, and the second was the person who was wrongly announced. So for the mother, choose different point on the stage. When you're speaking about yourself, after the Toastmaster speaks about himself, choose a different point on the stage for the mother. Choose a different posture and a different voice modulation. Why? Why are you feeling bad, Toastmaster Isaac? Higher pitch for a lady. And similarly, I felt that he had dancing feet. He kept moving right and left. So when you're speaking about a speech, when you make the beginning of the opening of the speech, choose the center point of the stage. For the first half, go to the right, and for the last half, go to the left. Then for the eventual summation, come back to the center, like the diamond, the typical diamond, as we all know. So this ensures you capture everybody like a spider web. Whereas right now, it was just the right section of the audience who were captured. And lastly, I felt that there could have been space for pregnant pauses. I felt the speech was a bit rushed. If the Toastmaster had inculcated some pauses to draw the audience in even further with some questions, that would have taken the speech to a next level. All in all, I would say structured content, disarm manner, superb water modeling with the three great apples. However, the three star grapes that could be worked on were clear characterization, dancing feet, and then having pregnant pauses. All in all, once academia is always a Toastmaster. Okay, trainer.
Thank you, sir. Let's have 3 more minutes for marking the ballots. Toastmasters done. So done. Now let's go back to the first international speech contest ballot. Toastmasters Umar, can you go back? The international. Yes. Okay. So we have marked the scores. I would like to request someone in the audience to share if you are able to how you scored for the content 50. Any volunteers? Anyone? If you can justify how you marked 50 for the contestant. Anyone? Okay. Toastmaster, I will give you them.
Content, my approach was the speech development was very good. Started and ended on the same note. But somewhere
The next part, effectiveness, the clear judgment, achievement of purpose. The message came out wrong to me. I got the message that it's okay to make mistakes, but I cannot do up another contest. So the message somewhere it is to learn from the mistakes and to develop from that. That will come out clearly. So I thought at 10 mark, out of 15 now, the speaker from and saying that the means it is fine it is
Sharing your context. So everyone mark your ballot, right? So you have one perspective. So we heard only one perspective. For example, if you ask me here how I mark, for example, the speech development, my score was and effectiveness was 8, and my speech value was 16. So this is how I marked at that particular moment. Maybe it's different. So the point is, do you have any ambiguity to any item which you are confused? I just want to hear from you. If you have any area which you are confused to mark, for example, was there any original thought? Maybe you might have heard about it. Correct. So I mentioned some one thing in our training session. My 16 is different from someone else. So Toastmasters have to have a different 16. So that is my way of looking at the things. So, but I will be looking all the contestants in that meter. So for example, you scored, sorry, I scored for example entire out of 50. I scored 25. And the Toastmaster scored around 80. My and his third is different. It doesn't make any difference in your ballot because you are rating that same value, and at the end you'll be having a winner from your perspective. You are not adding okay, Toastmaster is 25, Toastmaster Ravi 60. You are not adding anything nowhere because you are not giving the marks to the chief judge. It's a relative to you, but that you are taking your meter as your meter, and you are using as a yardstick on the review. You are not making speaker as a benchmark. No. This is your yardstick. Okay, what is the effectiveness for me? What is the speech value for me? Whether this it was a new thought to you. For example, the speaker he mentioned no need for perfection, right? That is the bottom line message, right? Maybe that is message for a person who's listening or a judge. But for a seasoned person, okay, this was I heard multiple times. For me, it doesn't matter. But you have done that in this contest. Hope that client. Yes. Correct. Okay, so we are Toastmasters, sorry, community of Toastmasters, all are professionals or all family people, maybe there are entrepreneurs, so everyone. So the and he mentioned about sorry, he wants to reach out a point wherein perfect we don't achieve perfect, but you need to progress. That is a baseline message, right? For that he brought a context, how he emceed or conducted an event. So that is whether that one appeals to you, whether we are all can relate that particular context to us, we all understood. Maybe we are all, the person might have came, okay, today we are launching a rocket to the NASA. So only if that person brought that context and saying the message or very specific to that particular event, then we don't understand. So whether we are all relevant to the setup and we are all understood. Okay, so appropriateness means whether the subject can be taught in the session in this one, in this context. So, for example, he mentioned about that anchoring event. Okay, we are all can relate it. and we are all understood the language what we have, what he has used. And for example, he is not talked about a kindergarten event, which is irrelevant for us. It's not appropriate. Okay, okay, the child did this, and from that you build up a story. Maybe that doesn't connect with all the team over here. So that particular context, he can go from this level to next level or area level or division level. So that appropriateness is there or not? That is the question.
This whole content, there was a good humor. This content, there was good humor as well. So we really mark that humor in this course structure.
Yeah, okay. That is that is in the manner. In the delivery, there is a called manner. It's called directness, assurance, and enthusiasm. So all this comes under the engagement part of the item, which we can mark it up. Okay, so now for the delivery, I think so we mark under 30, so 10, 10, 10. So I don't know what happened. For example, appropriateness and delivery, physical and voice. If all the three carries 10 marks each, right? So you can look at how the speaker presented himself, professionally dressed, apt to the context what he is speaking, and the body language, whether the body language is positive to the content or it's syncing with the content. That is how, and whether the speaking area, whether he used. If you ask me, for example, his appearance, body language is all very good to me. However, for speaking area, I'm talking about my perspective. Only don't take it anything other than on that subject. So speaking area, I think he is using the speaking area, but he's moving multiple times. There was no purposeful staging. There were purposeful staging, but it's not uh, visible throughout. And once flexibility, there are the speaker has brought. So when he shattered that he lowered his voice, that he carried the emotion and he presented. So my ranking goes under that and under 7. And manner director's assurance. This goes for me it is 6. So you all have to mark in that direction. And finally, for the third section, language 20. So ideally, first of all the contestants, we are not here to do a PhD thesis. So whether the syllable is correct, but ideally we are all professionals, we are all human beings, we all should understand the right vocabulary, the good usage of words, we all understood, that is basically it matters. So for me, for example, I do, if everything goes, I keep it as stationary for all the contestants. Like for me, okay, I will lock it language 8, and sorry, the correctness, the grammar, pronunciation, word selection, I lock it 8. I don't change it for everyone. Honestly, if there is something which I can't understand, I will mark down. Otherwise, I will keep it straight 8, for example. But you do the same for the entire contestant. Don't waste our more time. I will mark down this person on he don't use the right pronunciation. No, we are not here for that. But ideally, it's up to you. But so that is one way of approaching the guide. Okay.
Because he's MC, he's suited, whereas the fisherman, as you said.
Hmm.
So how do I connect the two? Both are appropriate according to me,
Yeah, correct. To the context.
relevant to the.
Context. Yeah, correct. So it is up to the speaker whether he dressed like a fisherman and came. You cannot mark down because he's talking about fisherman. Right? We cannot. There is no settled rule that you should come in suit booted. No, that is only message. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. So there are, you see contestants announcing there are judges can join protest, raise protest on two scenarios. One, only, what are the two protests? Originality, yes. So in the originality, if the judge feels that the content is copied more than 25% of the content, and judges can raise a protest with the chief judge. And upon the request, he has to produce the proof. Then only the protest will be valid. Okay, so the plagiarism is allowed till 25%. That you see, for example, if the speech is running, you might have heard it or you might have read it. You need to search where it is and what and what happened basically. For example, if you are a judge in club, if you are a judge in contest, you marked it, and if you became a judge in area level, I know this content is already copied. You are fully equipped, and there are instances happen in district. The content is copied and people has come up ranged in district contests. Plagiarism is common.
Once I observed that some incident happened in your lawyer being in the toilet and then coming out. That's the story that I get someone and made a speech. So there, the contestant was ultimately disqualified. But my view that there was, that was not a speech it was copied, it was the idea it was copied, and that it was completed, that the person should be disqualified. So light on it.
Okay. So basically, the judge raised the protest. So chief, it will be explained in the chief judge segment. So chief judge has the right to call all the judges and discuss, and based on their internal agreement and voting, they will proceed further. So they will review all the contest and they will conclude what exactly has happened, and based on the evidence, whatever context you have explained, they will make a scenario. Okay, this is copied or is it inappropriate?
Your view on an idea and that was a news item, not a speech.
Verbatim copy. Idea you can copy anything, but how you are using the entire script format, that is only the falls under the plagiarism. For the speech, what we have heard is perfection. There are multiple speeches on it. So idea is same, but it shouldn't be copied as verbatim. Or the content, the exact verbatim is copied entirely used in the entire.
Because that time content never compared.
Yeah, correct.
So earlier I had seen that, but that way it was decided.
Yeah, correct. Thank you. Now, yes. Yeah, correct. Thank you. It's about using obscene language, right? Yeah, correct. You can mark down in that one. So you have to mark down after you can mark down. You can quickly deep that section. Maybe you give it to 0 or 1 up to you. There are a lot of work. Yes.
I can have the international Mr. Harvey's speech, and he built parallel speech exactly same. Okay, if you go by plagiarism, you may not get word by word. But if I see as a judge, if in an evaluation maybe it is good for as a judge, I felt that idea was copied. So what is your idea? But if I check plagiarism in any software, maybe word by word it will not come. But as a judge, I feel I like to mark out.
Thank you. The idea can be copied and how it's how you present it. So same idea can be copied. If it is plagiarism is only recorded if you have the same. Sorry, you have to prove that it is
verbatim copy 25%.
It's a high, but there's a parallel.
Repeat it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my take on this is, having done before outside business, it's like plagiarism is where you copy something volatile. But taking an idea and drawing a parallel to that in your life is completely, that does not qualify as plagiarism. It's still drawing parallels.
Yeah, you need to give the mic to him.
No, ma'am. I actually disagree on that. Last time this happened in our own club, in division by my colleague. Actually, only by, they say that title of the is copied from somewhere. We checked in the chat GBT 2 days before, 2 times. Okay, that if total copies thing was less than 10% or something. We gave them the full data sheet that we made is from where. Yeah. So we checked ourselves in chat GPT, 7 or 8 people panel was there, our friends actually. We for 2 days we there was something okay, then we changed and he got disqualified. We asked very clearly that it's not possible, ma'am, I can show you right now. He said, no, it seems like you have copied this and you got disqualified. This happened last time, for sure. I was there.
Title was same.
Title was kind of.
The title is same means everything will go.
She said that it was title, the title was kind of same, the women's, the train, man's name. Exactly. So only the title was same and they disqualified this.
Even in Canada, content was copied. It's always the same speech.
Thank you for that engaging interaction. We will discuss in the other session, honestly. So, finally, let me tell you, once a protest is raised, which is being discussed with chief judge, and chief judge will be will take a decision based on the call, what method he is adopting. He will discuss with all the judges, and finally, one agreement will be done that is final on whatever perspective it is being decided. But all the plagiarism, everything is reviewed based on the contest guideline given. Now, let's go to the evaluation speech ballot. So, for the presentation done by Toastmasters Trinity. So, the analytical quality, 40. So, I just want someone in the audience, Toastmaster DTM and Mimi, can I just uh, I request Mimi to show, and I'll come back to the second section to Nisha. Okay. Yeah. Right. The content part 55.
For content that is the analytical quality, I'm giving him 30 or 40 because I thought he was very clear and he was focused in what he wanted to deliver. The way he came and started with that effective quote about David and comparing it with Apple and the way he analyzed it very effectively and very empathetic and at the same time very motivating. So he did an amazing job as far as the analytical skills are concerned. His recommendations, I gave him only 22 because I personally felt there could have been one more recommendation which could have given us to how did he overcome that problem and what gave him the confidence to come on stage once again? So what was the motivating factor there? So I personally felt there in recommendation, he could have added this point. This is just my thought.
but definitely he had good recommendations or along with saying what he needs to do to improvise it. So it was not just recommendation, but it was how to do it, which was one of the important factors. Technique, as I told you, it had a proper structure. His language skills were amazing, so I gave him a 12 there. And summation, as mentioned, it was concise and to the point. He got all the points quickly. So in total, he got a 74 out of 100. That's my comment.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Nimi. I would like to request distinguished Toastmaster Nisha just have a thought on overall the analytical quality, recommendation, technique, and summation.
Congratulations, Toastmaster Srinidhi, for that excellent evaluation. My thoughts would be recommendation I really appreciated. Summary, the technique, also technique is sensitive and emotional. For me, there was a little more which I would have liked in analysis. Analysis 3 points and recommendation 3 points. More than that, I would like 5 or 6 for analysis, not 40 points there. And there was a bit of the summary of the speech which was done, which we usually hear at contests where the evaluators summarize the content. That portion also I would like to hear more of, please. You can speak about the content, but in connection with the technique, as in what was the organization for? What was the transitions? How is it perfected? How the language is used? A little more of analysis was what I was going to out here. And regarding the analogy that you had with the apple, that was fine, very good. But as the judges, we should not fall for it. That is strategy. That is strategy. It is not technique. Technique has to be encouraging and sensitive. We should always be wary of packaging. It is good to hear. But if the packaging is extremely encouraging to the speaker,
Thank you, Nisha. So I just want to review the score, what you have done under analytical quality. So if you ask me, I have marked 30 under analytical quality out of 40, which falls under the very good category. So, and the recommendation, it falls under 23. So for me, why? Because there were recommendations, and there are one recommendation he has given, which is he mentioned about pause. So he has given example how it can be achieved. But for example, the higher pitch he demonstrated, and the stage use, the dancing, he explained what was the significance. And when he mentioned about rushing, the speaker was rushing, and he suggested pause. So he mentioned about generally, okay, you can ask questions or something, but I just want to be more specific on that. So on one part, what segment he can ask a question and what that question can be. So can be that be more specific on that, and all other things what distinguished Toastmaster Mimi and distinguished Toastmaster Nisha has said. So you can review if you have any questions, you can ask that. Yes. Can you?
Just kind of overall, for example, to get coffee, what I should do, and the same way if I'm judging, so I will be judging that. So if I want to achieve coffee, first if I know how to achieve or how to score, I would request if you can do that please, so that I know how to get people in that.
Yeah, okay. So if you can go to the second page of the same sheet, it's written the analytical quality. So it is clearly written over there. So the carefully analyze the strength and weakness of speaker's presentation. That particular presentation, what are the strength, that how you analyze the strength in your perspective. Like for example, that speech is affected you or means influenced you in certain manner, and what made you to influence you. For example, it's the content, the story, or the character that will attract you. So you need to explain what is that strength in your perspective and the weakness. See, the entire analysis you are doing, for example, the commendation you are doing, the recommendation you are doing, that is the entire quality of ranking that you are making. For example, when you are reviewing, how you do when you are going for an evaluation contestant review, okay, you are reviewing how there is a test speech already done, right? So as a judges, you also mark the, sorry, you know to review the test speech. Do you agree or not? You listen to the test speech, right? And you need to just review that content and how the speaker goes analyze that speech. Correct. So, what are the analysis you have done? For example, the entire script. What are the quality of that script? How the logical transformation and how the evaluation speaker picked up. That should be reflected on your commendation and recommendation. That is the analytical quality.
I agree on that. But my question is a bit more towards the timings as well. Like I really like in the time space that he has given, actually he has his speech reached more than 30 seconds. That's why I think if he would have given one more, as you have suggested, his time would have run out.
So,
This, and I'm also the point that she said that if he would have gone that way, our time would have been finished. So how do you cater that?
And that is where you need to be organized with analysis. When you speak about the repetition of the continuous,
thank you, DTM. Nisha, see, ideally you are reviewing every script into two scenarios. One is speech content and delivery, right? Correct. So you need to rank. For example, when you are analyzing a speech, you will be having there are 5 plus points in the content and 3 plus points in the delivery and three recommendations in content and three recommendations in delivery. Correct. You cannot say everything. There are a lot of things you cannot say in your evaluation speech. How you rank that determines your analytical quality. I should say. Maybe you can touch upon that, all the veteran evaluators who sits here. So you just rank it. So why used to I use rank it, maybe star. During that your 5 minute preparation window, your evaluation speaker will start. So what are the things I can? Maybe okay, you don't have eye contact. You need to do the tower light, sorry, the lighthouse movement, everything. That is all uh, gone out of fashion, correct? So you may have to look to pick up certain things because you know that all other contestants will speak the same. So you need to be looking to certain things, element which you can captivate the entire scenario. So I believe that hopes answer the question. Okay. Thank you. So with that, I believe if you have any more questions, we can discuss in the final Q&A. So with that, we will wind up the debriefing of international and evaluation contest as per the agenda. With that, let me call our PQD, Distinguished Toastmaster Shakil on stage, please. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Distinguished Toastmaster Dilip. Please give a round of applause. Now is the best time in the Toastmasters meeting, which is the break. But before the break, I think we should have a group photo. So may I request everyone to please join here or there? Backside. Okay. Everyone join on the backside. Let's have a quick 10 minutes break. Thank you very much. ये तो आप भी अनाउंस कर सकते हैं मुझे क्यों बुलाया इसके लिए
should be handed over to the chief judge. And the chief judge will not open it unless there is a tie in the ranking of other. I'll take an example. If we have a person, ABC, ABCD, we have 4 contestants. When it came to the third place, we had a tie. For the third place, we had a tie between B and C. Now, what we should do as a chief judge, open the ballot, the tiebreaker ballot. In the tiebreak judges ballot, whoever is ranked higher, he will be placed in third place. Clear? Clear? Yes, please. That is what I said. The highest ranking in the tiebreaker judge ballot will be placed higher. In the tiebreaker ballot, yes, lowest. If in that case, he is at 7th and the other person is at 6th, let me say D is at A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let me say we have 8 contestants. Now, B and C are placed for a tie. Yes, at level, third place. When it came to the judges ballot, tie-breaking judges ballot, the B might be at 6, C might be at 8. Yes. What do we do? Yes, B will be in third place. Clear? It doesn't have to reflect what it is. You just go through the tiebreaker judges ballot. Whoever is ranked higher, that will be the higher place in the original ranking. Okay? Yes, please.
The AI would have a role as a tiebreaker as well.
I think Toastmasters is not that. Maybe in future. If that is the case, I think we'll be out of business, isn't it?
No, I think there are few young people like me who have seen the cricket matches where the third umpire was sitting outside, and we all were saying the slow motion was going this way, was out, it went out. And I remember my father used to say that why don't we put a third umpire out there and let them use that one. And I remember my uncle had a party, and then he did that it will come. So AI is going to be part of it. So that tiebreaker, AI tiebreaker is going to be very tool in the tiebreaker.
I will answer in 2 parts. Yeah, I'm a cricket enthusiast. We do, bowling. We have bowling machine. It has been in existence for probably last 20 years. But in test matches and cricket, we do have the bowlers running up and bowling. Still, yes, I'm coming to it because we don't want to take out the human element of it. If we bring in AI, definitely Toastmasters will lose its, I would say, the charm or that effectiveness. See, for that also, if we bring in a person as a tie-breaking judge, we are giving an opportunity for him to learn and grow. There is human. The more human element we bring in, we are ensuring that the person grows. See, there is one more thing. We are bound as a district, etc. We are bound by Toastmasters International. Yes, we cannot go beyond that. Yeah, definitely the thought is taken. However, we are bound by our rules and regulations. We'll have a chat definitely beyond that. Yes, please. Yes. Yes. See, what I do, I always go for a person who is not super experienced, but quite experienced. Because I need to have the best of the best to do the. Okay, let's move on. We have a Q&A session at the end. I'll come to it. Yeah. Yes. Couple of questions. The speaking area. One of the things you need to discuss during the briefing with the contest chair and we define the, why do we define the speaking area? Anybody in the house? Absolutely correct. And if you step out of it, as a judge, what we do, there is no, she will not be disqualified. But what we do is mark them down. Mark them down. There is no disqualification if you move out of the speaking area. But we have the boundaries. We need to mark them down. Speaking order. Speaking order, what we do? We do the yes. I'll come to the protest today. Yeah, this is something which we table topics. I quote our contest rule book. The topic is determined by the contest chair. Now, how do we interpret it? This is what Toastmasters International, the rule book clearly states. In the table topics, the topic is determined by the contest chair. Now, I would, as a chief judge, what I always would like is ask the contest chair to prepare. However, reach a consensus. Maybe you are a senior person who, as Toastmaster Kalpana said, if the topic is too, I would say, tricky, ask them for a change so that every member, because we do have some senior members, some junior members trying for the participating in the contest. So we should ensure that it is a level playing field for everyone. So the topic should be clear and easy so that everyone would attend. Yes, Toastmaster Kalpana in the house? She left? Okay, this is the answer. There should be a consensus between the table topic correction, the contest chair and the chief judge.
And also it should be pronounced in the right way so that the audience can.
That's exactly what I said. You take the contest chair to the side, ask him to repeat it, ask him
the keywords.
I do that. These are the maybe the things which we can follow. Take him or her to the side and ask him to repeat it so that you are confident that it can be yes. We do have, I think the program team is going to do an online session for all the role players, contest role players. Let's move on. Timers briefing. As I said, I clearly mentioned, one timer will be on stopwatch, one will be on the controls, the mechanics. Yes. Okay, tally counter. Anybody done the tally counter in the past? How do we do that? Anybody? Okay. How do you rate it? Okay, the first place, 3 points. The second, 2. Yes. Now, as a judge, this is something I have seen in the past. Some of them they're not able to decide who is second. They say, Mr. Ram, Mr. Rahim, whatever they said, they have got equal. Right. Place 2, second place, we have 2 names. That will not stand valid. We should have a clear first, second, third. Now, in the briefing, in the tally counter, at the top, we have the horizontal row, we have the contestants, A, B, C, D, whatever is it. And on the left side, the vertical, we have the judges. So you pick 3, 2, 1 from each judge, voting judge. Tally, the tiebreaker judge, sheet will not be opened. Only the voting judges. And we have the first place, second place, third place will be decided by the tally counter, and the sheet will be handed over to the chief judge. Yes. What do you do? We discuss this. What do you do? Yes. The setting of the topic first. Yes. Yes, here comes. Very interesting. For any contestant, you need to submit the form. It will be taken care by the contest chair. The eligibility form should be sent out in advance. How do you check the eligibility of a contestant? How do you check the eligibility of a contestant? Yeah. How do you check it? Sorry? Please.
TP.
Did you check it? How do you check? See that on the portal you have eligibility checker. Yes, note down eligibility checker. It will give the contestant's number. You put in the contestant number. It will take you there. Whether it will show that okay, what level he has completed, and is he in good standing? Yes, exactly. It is mentioned eligibility checker. Yes, one question. Yes, please.
Has left club not being and then come out. Then you take 6 months as those 6 months. Suppose you have a member who's not renewed, say, and then comes back later, and you have a contest. Do we still have to see 6 months or that the club member?
The time of the contest, he should be a good standing member.
That's it.
Yes. But when it comes to judging, when we said that 6 months, it should be for the last 6 months. Yes. Yes. When the last contestant picture has been, when will the contest resume? Is it after 1 minute or 3 minutes or the CJ decides? But often I seen that chief judges calling out saying that 3 minutes, 3 minutes. That's absolutely wrong. We need to wait. We need to give ample time for the judges to mark the ballots. And the chief judge will advise the contest chair to proceed further. Clear? No? Are we okay? Very important. You are a chief judge in a district contest. The judges, the judge, as a chief judge or for example, the district chair, have selected the judges. Do they require to have participated in the area and division contest as a judge? No, absolutely right. But if you have senior Toastmasters, it will be much better. At the district contest, is it the right one? D. Who said D? D. How many D's in the house? Okay, thank you very much. How many C in the house?
Yeah, sorry, C.
Correct. C is the right one. Thank you very much. Yes. Now, one of the important points I missed out. Tally counters. During the judges briefing, introduce the tally counters to the judges because the tally counter will come and collect it. So it should be identified. And very important, that Dilip also mentioned. You need to be among the crowd. Yes. Don't be very specific. There are times when we say that okay, a set of judges sitting together. I mean, that should. And how do you judge? As a judge, Dilip touched on that. You have to set. You have to. I would say judge each person against our benchmark. What I do, once I complete the first judge, the marking for the first contestant, I fold the paper because otherwise I will have a tendency to look back on the first speaker and benchmark him. To avoid that, once I've done the first speaker, I fold the paper and it will be hidden. When it comes to the second, marking done, I fold it so that it's not visible. Otherwise, it is a human tendency to go back and look at the other one and to be benchmark it. You agree, Pradeep?
So once I tried this, but I found it very difficult.
This definitely will work. You know why? Once you do that, for example, Nimi was talking about, saying, okay, we do it. Now, I gave 18 marks to him. Then, what will be your benchmark?
No, but you know what, he was saying, David, that, our perception and thinking will be on that level only. It is not like we will compare. It is like, we think like that. So that's it.
That is, I would beg to differ on that one. The reason is that we have, once you have marked it, you have around 10 contestants. Once you reach around number 8, etc., there is a tendency that, okay, we become too manual. For the sake of judging, we just put in the mark. To avoid that, signing of the ballot is mandatory, yes, otherwise it will not be valid. Let's go to the next one now. You require the first, second, third place and your name and signature. This is what you require. Only the bottom half. The first half, not required for the chief judge. It is for your personal use. And please be very discreet. Don't discuss your judging with anyone. It is very important. Okay, hybrid judge, we need, if we have 8 contestants, we need the ranking for all 8. If it is 10, if we have 10, we require 10. Okay. Now there will be a scenario when you have maybe 12 contestants. What do you do? Additional paper, yes. You can request the chief judge to provide you with additional sheets. What happens in this scenario? Both judges sign and print the names on the ballot. We have 7 judges, okay? This is a scenario, okay? 4 of them, they sign and print the name on the ballot. One judge only prints his name on the ballot, doesn't sign. One judge neither signs or prints his name on his ballot. One judge only signs the name on the ballot. See, we will have only, what will be the balance? 5. He signs again, he prints name on the ballot. Does not sign. Only 4.
No, but Dilip said that signature is very important.
Signature is important. See, without signature, it will not be considered.
Yeah.
No, it's correct.
Only 5 of the 7.
No, 4 of 7. Correction.
But if the signature is done, then maybe
Signature is done, yes.
So one just went 5.
Sign, yeah, then it is 5, yes. Yeah. 5 is valid.
So here, let's start with the name.
And the name itself is fine. You have to
I accept it.
Right.
Can we ask for the resign?
No, we cannot take it back. Once it comes without the signature, we cannot take it back. First thing, how do you know who has done that?
No, if name is there, signature is not.
There is, once you are submitted, it is submitted. That is why we, there are some chief judges, what they request is, ask them to sign first upfront. They ask to sign and put the name upfront before starting the process. Maybe that is a good way to move forward. Yeah? Okay. What happens if one judge leaves the blank? Good. It will not be considered. It will not be valid. Okay. A contest in the junior speech category contest of Area 33 is serving as a contest chair from Area 37 in the morning of the same day. Is a contestant eligible to participate in area 33 contest? No. Who said yes? Yes. No, that's all. He's a role player. He's a role player. He's a contestant in area 33, the afternoon humorous speech. Okay, area 27, he is a contestant in the morning. No. Is he eligible? No. See, he can, except the humorous speech. Yes, what's not? That is what DTM Delhi took up first. In the same contest, he cannot participate in the same contest where he's a role player, some other. Yes? Oh, thank you. Can we do? Not in the same contest. Because he can. Yes. Yes, please.
I'm a contestant in my club, so I can go to another club for a search.
Yes. If you are an international speech contestant, yes, you find out that the contestants in the last project level 2. He has not completed level 2. The contestant has not completed level 2. He intends to complete that as a level 2 project. Is it possible? Correct. Okay. The answer is not possible. At the time of the contest, he should have completed 2 levels. Now, there is an exemption. There is an exception. If the club has been chartered recently, they can participate. Otherwise, not possible. Yes, Toastmaster Shedley?
What about additional languages?
Language is separate. That we don't train. This we are talking about the 4 main contests.
No, I get it.
Come again?
For the area. So is it counted as an international speech? That's why I face some problem.
Okay, thank you very much. See, the language speech, as per the TI guidelines, it will be conducted on the international speech contest rules.
So level 2 has to be completed.
Level 2 has to be completed. That is exactly what it states. If you look into the rule book, it clearly states that it should be in line with the international speech contest rules.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If it's a new club that was recently chartered and there are new members, then do we have this?
That's what I said. Exception.
All
For you, yes. Exception. Yes. Okay. What are the reasons for which a contestant can be disqualified? Originality. Reference to a that will be applicable. This reference will be applicable only to 2 cases. One will be the international and the humorous. The other one you will not hear. Now, the question was 25%. How do we define 25%? How do we define 25%? Yes.
Assessment.
How do you assess?
The story is around the same content.
See, you are talking about how do we define the 25%. Our speech, what is the duration of a speech? 7 minutes. Just go by that. If the speech is talking about a story which is around 3 minutes or 4 minutes of it, definitely it is gone beyond. We don't have a particular, I would say, defined way to calculate 25%. The best way is go by this. The timing. How we know that? Okay, you might have gone. Now, I'll come to you. Now, most important. There is one more thing which you can get disqualified or thrown out of your contest. How? Anybody? Yes? Those must have answering.
Person who's spoken about it,
That comes to the 25% thing. Yeah. If you are picking up a content from somewhere, we need to give the credit. Now, beyond that, when the contest chair gets onto the stage and the contestant is not in the hall, time management, but this is where you will not be able to participate in the contest. So make sure the person is in the house. And we have Toastmaster. Mahinda, yes, please.
Yes, please. What about speaking about any trouble?
See, that is what we have already defined. He said that we should not be. Now, when somebody goes beyond the limit, mark them down. Mark them down because we are violating our core values, isn't it? That is how we move forward.
Who decided that?
Who? Chief judge doesn't have any role. See, this is where the briefing, your briefing should be so thorough that they understand. Yes. One more important point. When it comes to evaluation, you request the participants to leave the gadgets and go for 5 minutes for the preparation time. Have you thought about when the person is inside the hall while doing the speech? There is an opportunity for the person or somebody outside to support him or her. Do we have to do something on that? What do you think?
Purely contestants.
Yeah, just ideally. See, we are all Toastmasters. We go by respect, integrity, service. Yes. Me personally, what I recommend is ask the contestants to keep the gadgets away up front so that why do we give them a chance? This is something which we can implement. When you become chief judge, try to implement this. Not only when they have that 5 minutes preparation time, up front, try to say that this is the best way to move forward. Best practices. Let us try to adopt and adapt this best practice. Yes. Protest. Let's come to protest. Anybody in the house who have dealt with a protest the past? What was the case?
When I was a judge in the humor speech, in the humor speech, one of the participants had used more than 25%, exactly from another comedy show kind of thing,
Okay.
which one of the judges pointed out.
Okay.
And then they brought it to the chief judge, and the chief judge had a discussion with us from the beginning, and they also had a word with the understanding myself and the unconditional decision.
Okay.
And she did agree that yes, it was, because one of the judges were very sure they didn't even happen.
Exactly. See, the protest can be raised by a voting judge. How do we do that? We need to notify before the contest is adjourned. Before the contest is adjourned, say that, okay, chief judge, I do have a protest. So the protest will be heard by the chief judge and the merit of the case will be evaluated. If there is an, definitely the first thing as a chief judge, you need to ask is provide proof. That will be a one-on-one discussion with the chief judge and the protesting judge. Once we establish that there is a merit in the case, we will ask all the judges to assemble. The judges will be assembled and it will be discussed. And note down. There should be a majority. There should be a majority. The judges, if you have a majority, then we say yes, this protest is valid. Now the next step, all the contestants with the judges in the house say that yes, this is the reason why you are. Having said that, you don't have to disclose anything during the award ceremony. The protest disqualification is not announced. Chief judges, future chief judges, please note. Disqualification is not announced. Disqualification only on the time will be announced. Yes, please note. Yes. Now, the protest can come from the, can the protest come from the audience? No, it will not be valid. The contestant can protest. As Kalpana said, that is absolutely a violation. The chief judge, whoever was the chief judge, he or she didn't follow the rules. Because as a chief judge, the contestant goes on stage and he announces the table topics for the first speaker, and it should continue. Or next thing is scrap the contest, rerun it. Rerun the contest. For that, you need to have the consent of the contestants. If all the contestants agree, only then. Noted? This is how it works. The protest is from these two. One is the contest chair from the contestants and the voting judges. The tiebreaker judge will not get involved in these things. Even for the discussion, tiebreaker for the protest discussion, tiebreaker judge is not part of it. Only the voting judges will be part of it. Okay, after the contest, what does this? What is the role of CJ? Sorry? Who said? What is it? Go home. Go home. So that, you know, on the time, 9 on the time, they gave you something, yeah? Gifts. Carry the gifts. See, beyond that, once the results have been tabulated, you have two duties. One is give the rankings to the contest chair to announce it. The first, second, third. It has to be handed over to the contest chair for the awards. Other one is the winner's notification. Yeah, this is the contest chair. The results form has been handed over to the contest chair so that he or she can announce the result. It is in the reverse order. You can see third place, second place, first place. That is how we announce the winners. Move to the next one, please. Yes, notification of the contest winner. This should have the first, second, third, fourth, whatever rankings you have for the speakers, contestants. You need to list down the club number, the area, division, etc., and submitted by your signature should be there, and your contact number should be provided. And then this goes to the next level. For example, if the area director is there, hand it over to the area director or to the division director. If there's an area contest, hand it over to the division director, because the division director will be conducting the next contest. If it's a club, it should go to the next level. Okay, this is what the contest. Any questions? Yes, please. Yes. No time. No time. No. I've been in a protest situation. We started at 4 o'clock. We deliberated for 3 hours. Was in Ras Al Khaimah in the year 2014. We deliberated it for 3 hours. Those times we didn't have all these things. So we had to manually check out and all those things. So it took around 3 hours to finally reach the consensus. So they No. It should be only the voting judges. We call them first in, then we give the contestant to provide his view, his or her view, and then the contestant will leave. We take a decision and it will be notified to the contestant. Yes.
If someone contests as a speaker at the club level.
Yes.
If someone contests as a speaker at the club level, and suppose they don't move forward to the area level, are they eligible to judge at the area or the division level?
Yes, because they are no more a contestant. the process. Yes, few questions. Then we wind it up.
Can you be your,
Yes.
can you be chief judge for your own area or
I would say yes, but me personally, I wouldn't recommend. Me personally, would not recommend because why? Why do we take a? We have enough people around. Give others a chance. Yes.
You're a member of the club.
See,
For
we scale.
graduation or table topic, can you appear for both?
At the club level, you can you have 6 membership in 6 clubs. You can participate in all the clubs, but in area only one area. That is not only in this district, anywhere in the world. Yes.
Right.
Yes, please. Yes, been who must be asking? Yes.
tiebreaker, there is a tie for the second position. So
No, there is a tiebreaker. There is no time. You have to rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to decide. You have to decide. As a tiebreaker judge.
no, suppose there are 2 persons who are in a tie.
Yes.
For the second position.
Yes.
So the one person wins over the higher rank and the other person gets the third position or he gets out.
Third.
So
They go to third and then they drop down. If that earlier there was tie for 2, the person will come down to 3, the others will drop down to 4, 5, goes that way. Yes. Udit, yes.
Whenever so let's say you have to redo a contest. If I remember correctly, I think
Yes,
so let's say you have to like restart the contest, let's say table topic. What are the instances you have to restart a contest? Because
Okay, I got your point.
Yeah.
If you have to rerun a table topic contest, new set of topics should be selected.
Yeah. When do you have to restart? Like what are the
It's up to you as a chief judge, as the organizer. No, you have to rerun maybe immediately. Don't say that, okay, these are been scrapped and the new contest is being going to start. I will no more online contest beyond club. Club can have. Area division, you have to be physically present. Club can have. Club can, yes. You can. It is better to have a contest happening. Yes. Last question. Yes, Shweta, please. Yes, that's what exactly I said. This is the same process we have to follow. Good one, good one. This is the same process we need to follow. As you raise a protest. However, I'm going to ask you to provide evidence. You need to be ready with evidence. I will take, as a chief judge, I will take it up. I will call you for a chat and I will ask the judges also to come in. Then we will take the case merit. And we deal with it.
Thank you.
Thank
The
you.
next question, in a table topic session,
I thought I said last. No, go ahead.
after the contest chair has reiterated the topic twice, if I have a doubt, may I, you got 10 seconds to proceed and answer the contest chair with clarification.
Come again.
There is 10 seconds of grace before which the timer is stopped. When the time stops after 10 minutes of grace period, right? So my question is, in that 10 seconds, may I ask the
It is not 10 seconds. We said 10 seconds. Verbal and non-verbal movement. Yes.
You can't ask.
Doesn't state that. Rule book doesn't state.
And for every contest, there is 30 seconds of grace period, plus and minus. As in, if, for instance, table topics in itself, if it is 1 to 2 minutes, if a person speaks for 30 seconds and above, it's still qualified, yes.
30 seconds and above.
Yes. There is plus and minus of.
No. See, for example, table topics. 1, 1.5, 2. You can push yourself to 2 minutes, 30 seconds. You can read this.
That's.
Good. Oh, yeah. She can take time to start. You can take time to start. Shweta, if that is what you are asking, you can. Yeah.
One or is it 30 seconds less than one is. That's what I know.
30 seconds less. You can start minus 30 plus 30. Minus 30 plus 30. Yeah. Minus 30 plus 30. Yes. Okay. Last one, huh? I think, yes, yours. Last one. Definitely. You need to wind up. Yeah. Yeah. Last one, please. Whatever is it, last one, please.
Okay. One suggestion I will say. The last one is what happened is in Devon. Nice.
Let us.
In the last contest, what happened is we were sitting like third or fourth row, and the contest, the test speaker, whatever you call, he was saying so low that we couldn't hear. I asked the judge something. They said, "No, you have to sit appropriately." There are so many, and his voice we couldn't reach to us. I asked the judge as well, but they said, "No, this is the point that this is one of the point that he's not doing voice modulation or something." So my suggestion is that please you can at least ask them so that the vocal to reach the contestants. This is my one suggestion, please.
Okay, when I came up to the stage, what did I do first time? Check.
Yeah, sir, but
No. Let me see. Why do we do that? We get an audience response saying that, oh, it's not audible. So, why do we do the mic check? Exactly. This is where we need to. As a chief judge, I always request, do the test. See, these are the best practices we need to adapt and adopt. Yes, this is what I say. Whatever is it, whatever contest, your contest chair and contest chair. So we need to set the mic upfront. No, audience. Yeah.
One, this is a question. I guess you have answered before, sorry for now. For example, if I'm going for any area of yes, I cannot be judged anywhere. Yes.
You can participate in multiple clubs, but area, only one area.
I'm a contestant in one.
Oh, yeah, that is okay.
I'm contestant, but I can be judged in some other.
Yeah. But not in the same contest. If you are participating for international contest in this area or this club, you cannot be an international contest in that particular the entire duration.
Okay.
That. Yes. I think we covered the most of things. I think we had a wonderful session. Thank you. I don't want to extend much because program quality director has offered me lunch and he has booked it at 12:30. Yes? 12:30. Wonderful. Well, hope we have learned a bit of judging. Thank you for being there this morning. Thank you.